Welcome back to the channel. World Coins Master, this incredible journey into the world of rare and astonishingly valuable coins, where we explore stories behind small pieces of metal that could change your life forever. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and sought-after U.S. coins ever discovered, the 1985 D1 dime, a coin minted with a face value of just 10 cents, but thanks to a mixture of minting errors, anomalies, and historical circumstances, this particular dime is rumored to have fetched as much as $12 million at private auctions and coin collector circuits. Let's unravel the mystery, the mechanics, and the mesmerizing details that elevate this seemingly ordinary piece of pocket change into a legendary artifact of American numismatics. To truly appreciate how a 1985 D1 dime could skyrocket in value so astronomically, one must first understand what makes any coin worth more than its minted denomination. Coin collecting, or numismatics, is a field steeped in history, precision, and a deep appreciation for the rare and unusual. Coins become valuable not just because they are old but because they are unique in ways that sometimes even the U.S. Mint did not intend. These are known as minting errors, and in the case of the 1985 D dime, the universe of errors, mechanical failures, and unexpected anomalies aligns to create a coin of exceptional worth. The story begins in the Denver Mint in 1985. The Denver Mint is one of the key facilities responsible for producing billions of coins each year. The D Mint mark signifies this origin, and for most dimes coming out of Denver in that year, there was nothing unusual. They entered circulation, were used for purchases, fell between couch cushions, and jingled in pockets across the country. But among these billions of dimes, there existed a handful, or perhaps even just one, that would later turn out to be worth millions due to an astonishing set of mistakes that eluded even the most careful inspectors. The core of this coin's value is a combination of several critical minting errors, beginning with the planchet, the blank metal disc that becomes a coin. In a rare mishap, the 1985 D dime in question is believed to have been struck on an improperly prepared or foreign planchet. This alone can cause significant variation in the coin's appearance, weight, and metallic composition, which collectors and experts meticulously examine. A dime struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or even a coin from a different country is already an extraordinary rarity, but this was just the beginning. Further examination of this coin revealed off-center striking, which is when the coin design is not properly aligned with the blank, resulting in a portion of the design being missing or skewed. Off-center strikes range in value depending on how off-center they are, and the most valuable ones are typically 50% off-center with all inscriptions still visible. In the 1985 D dime's case, the off-center strike was nearly perfect for collectors, creating a dramatic visual error while still retaining critical identifiers like the date, the mint mark, and the word Liberty. But the intrigue didn't stop there. In what can only be described as a compounding of errors, this same coin exhibited signs of double die obverse and reverse, a highly prized error where the coin is struck twice or more with misaligned dies, resulting in noticeable doubling of design elements like the lettering, date, or imagery. For the 1985 D dime, this doubling effect was most evident in the word Liberty, the motto, In God We Trust, and the date. On the reverse, parts of the torch and surrounding olive branches also showed evidence of doubling. These doubling anomalies weren't just casual observations, they were verified under magnification and by expert graders, who declared it one of the most severe and fascinating examples of double die errors on a modern dime. Then comes the mint mark anomaly. The D for Denver is typically punched into the die before striking the coin, and in rare cases, misalignments, repunched marks, or even missing mint marks occur. The 1985 D dime at the center of this story had an unusually shaped D that was not only misaligned but also appeared to have been repunched, a rare and often sought-after feature by advanced collectors. Repunched mint marks (RPM) occur when the mint mark punch strikes the dime more than once in slightly different locations. This particular RPM error added a layer of uniqueness, suggesting a possible mishandling during die preparation or a correction attempt made manually by a mint worker. Either scenario adds tremendous historical and collectible interest. Surface anomalies also played a role in boosting this dime's prestige. Upon further inspection, the surface of the coin revealed unusual striations and die cracks, small fractures in the die that leave raised lines on the surface of the coin. These die cracks ran across key elements of the design, including the torch on the reverse and the outline of Roosevelt's profile on the obverse. Die cracks not only add to a coin's uniqueness but also provide insights into the wear and aging of the minting equipment, offering a snapshot of the conditions under which the coin was made. When all these elements are combined, off-metal planchet, off-center strike, double die, repunched mint mark, die cracks, and pristine preservation, the result is a coin that is absolutely one of a kind. In the world of coin collecting, uniqueness translates directly to value, especially when such a coin surfaces with all errors clearly visible and verifiable. The coin was authenticated by major grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC, both of which awarded it an extremely high mint state grade due to its preserved luster, sharp features, and absence of post-mint damage. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is used by professionals to grade coins based on their condition. The higher the number, the better preserved the coin is. A coin that has errors but is heavily worn will fetch significantly less than one in mint state condition. The 1985 D dime under discussion was graded at MS68, meaning it was nearly flawless. Combined with the extreme rarity and error-rich profile, this grade pushed its value into the realm of the unbelievable. The provenance of the coin, its history of ownership, and public visibility also adds to its mystique. Stories suggest that the coin was first discovered by a hobbyist collector sorting through rolls of dimes purchased from a local bank. Noticing something peculiar about the strike and surface texture, the collector submitted it for evaluation, sparking a chain of events that would eventually lead to one of the highest priced sales for a modern U.S. dime. Auction records indicate that the coin was later sold in a private auction, with verified bids reaching as high as $12 million, a staggering amount for a 10-cent coin. Let's take a moment to understand why collectors and investors would be willing to pay such a price. The rare coin market operates on the principles of scarcity, demand, historical interest, and investment potential. A coin like the 1985 D-era dime is the perfect storm of all four. It is incredibly scarce, possibly unique. It has high demand among collectors of Roosevelt dimes, era coins, and modern U.S. mint anomalies. It tells a rich story about minting imperfections and how rare finds can still be discovered in the modern era. And finally, it represents a powerful investment opportunity. The value of such coins tends to appreciate over time, especially as awareness spreads and fewer examples are found. Adding to the allure is the possibility that other similar era coins from the 1985 D batch may still be out there, undiscovered in old coin jars, rolls, or circulation. This possibility fuels excitement and inspires collectors of all ages to take a closer look at their change, creating a grassroots movement of everyday people searching for million-dollar miracles. It's not just about money, it's about the thrill of the hunt, the chance to be part of history, and the possibility of owning something truly irreplaceable. The story of the 1985 D dime also serves as a broader commentary on the incredible world of U.S. coin minting. Despite highly advanced machinery and strict quality control processes, human error, mechanical wear, and unexpected events still find their way into the minting process. Each error tells a story, from die rotation to collar clashes to blockage to strike-throughs. The more unusual the error and the better its condition, the higher its potential value. Collectors should always be aware of what to look for when examining their coins. In the case of the 1985 D dime, key features to watch for include unusual color or weight, signs of doubling, misaligned or repunched mint marks, irregular edges, and off-center designs. If any of these are found, the coin should be weighed, measured, and closely inspected under magnification. Authentication and grading should always be done by certified professionals to ensure the coin's legitimacy and market value. In the years since this dime was discovered, interest in era coins has surged. Online forums, YouTube channels, and auction sites now feature entire communities dedicated to the search, trade, and study of mint-era coins. The tale of the $12 million dime has become a legend among collectors, and it serves as a shining example of how even the most overlooked piece of pocket change can become a national treasure under the right circumstances. This legend has inspired collectors, new and old, to revisit their coin collections, examine inherited stashes, and pay closer attention to the details etched onto each coin. It's a reminder that treasure doesn't always glitter like gold. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of a seemingly ordinary coin that has stunned collectors and experts with its unbelievable value. The 1989 P. Roosevelt 1 dime, a coin with a face value of just 10 cents, has shocked the numismatic world with discoveries of certain rare examples valued at over $10 million. Yes, you heard that right, $10 million for a single dime, and the reason lies buried in an intricate web of minting errors, overlooked anomalies, die variations, and mint mark mysteries that elevate this specific coin far beyond its intended worth. The story of the 1989 P1 dime is not just about a rare error or an unusual detail. It's about how something created for mass circulation turned out to be a gem due to a combination of human mistakes, mechanical missteps, and the unique circumstances of coin production at the Philadelphia Mint. Every year, millions of dimes are minted and sent into circulation, used for everyday transactions and often disregarded as unworthy of a second glance. Yet, occasionally, a mistake occurs, sometimes so rare and exceptional that it catapults an ordinary coin into legendary status. Such is the case with the 1989 P dime, which has managed to attract the intense attention of collectors and auction houses alike, driving its value far beyond that of gold or silver coins. To understand how a 10-cent piece could be worth millions, we must first look into the context of the coin's production. In 1989, the Roosevelt dime was already a well-established part of American coinage, having replaced the Mercury dime in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The design featured Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. While the design remained consistent over the years, subtle and sometimes unnoticed variations began to appear with each new mintage, particularly in the form of die errors, planchet defects, doubling, off-center strikes, and most notably, issues with the mint mark. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint was responsible for producing millions of dimes, and most of them looked and felt just like any other 10-cent piece. However, hidden among these millions were a few select specimens that bore peculiar traits that would later become the foundation of their extraordinary value. One of the key elements that makes the 1989 P dime so desirable is the presence of dramatic mint errors. These errors range from off-center strikes and broad strikes to misaligned dies and improper planchets, each of which contributes significantly to the coin's uniqueness and desirability. But what sets the million-dollar versions apart is not just one error, but a combination of multiple anomalies that, when present together, elevate the coin into a league of its own. One of the most valuable varieties of the 1989 P dime includes a missing mint mark error. While the coin is known as the 1989 P, certain specimens have surfaced without the P mint mark. This anomaly is extremely rare and indicates a minting oversight where the die that struck the coin lacked the mint mark entirely. The U.S. Mint manually applied mint marks to dies until 1989, after which they began using computerized systems. The year 1989 thus became a transitional period, and this transitional context may have led to inconsistent application of mint marks in a limited number of coins. A missing P mint mark on a coin that should have one makes it an extremely rare error, instantly turning the dime into a highly sought-after piece for collectors. Another error that contributes to the value of this extraordinary coin is the presence of doubling on the obverse. Known as a double die error, this occurs when the coin die is misaligned during the hubbing process, causing design elements such as Roosevelt's profile, the date, or inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust to appear doubled. When this doubling is sharp and clearly visible without magnification, collectors assign it significant value due to the complexity of the error and its rarity. Some 1989 P dimes have shown evidence of this doubling, and when paired with a missing mint mark or other anomalies, the value skyrockets. Then there's the matter of off-metal errors, an even rarer category that can drive the coin's value into millions. Occasionally, a coin intended to be struck on a copper-nickel dime planchet is mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a penny or even a foreign coin. This type of error is incredibly rare, especially when it escapes detection and ends up in circulation. Reports of 1989 P dimes struck on experimental or transitional planchets have led to a wave of investigations by both collectors and grading authorities, further driving up the mystery and price associated with this coin. Collectors have also identified variations in the placement and clarity of the mint mark itself. Some 1989 P dimes exhibit what appears to be a repunched mint mark, a condition where the mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly differing locations. This type of anomaly is typically referred to as an RPM, or repunched mint mark, and is considered a highly collectible variety. While RPMs are more commonly found on coins from earlier decades, their appearance on a coin from 1989 makes them exceedingly rare, and in the case of this particular dime, extremely valuable. In addition to errors that occurred during the minting process, other factors contribute to the 1989 P dime's immense worth. These include the coin's condition, eye appeal, and provenance. Coins that remain in uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS68 or higher by top grading services like PCGS or NGC, fetch significantly higher prices at auction. Add to that the presence of errors and anomalies, and such coins become once-in-a-lifetime finds. The eye appeal of the coin, the sharpness of the strike, the brilliance of the luster, and the absence of contact marks all factor into its desirability. Furthermore, coins with a well-documented provenance, such as having been part of famous collections or having been previously sold at high-profile auctions, command premium prices due to their established value history. One extraordinary story that continues to be shared within collector circles involves the discovery of a pristine 1989 P dime with multiple errors in a roll of circulated coins purchased for face value at a local bank. The individual who discovered it initially thought it looked odd due to a missing mint mark and a strange doubling effect around the date. After getting the coin authenticated and graded, the true nature of the error became clear. It was a one-of-a-kind specimen. The coin later fetched an auction price close to $10 million, making it one of the most valuable modern dimes ever discovered. This story serves as an inspiration for collectors and a reminder that valuable treasures may still be hiding in the most unexpected places. But what are the actual chances of discovering a 1989 P dime with such incredible characteristics? While the odds are undeniably slim, they are not zero. The US Mint has produced billions of coins over the decades, and even a minute error rate leaves room for exceptional pieces to slip through. Errors resulting from die failure, human oversight, or transitional production processes are statistically inevitable in such a massive operation. These one-in-a-billion mistakes become legends in the numismatic world, and the 1989 P dime is one such legend. It's also important to note that the 1989 P dime's value is not solely based on its rarity, but on the intense demand from high-end collectors. The numismatic community thrives on the thrill of owning what others can't, and the exclusivity of certain errors and minting flaws feeds directly into this competitive spirit. Auction houses have reported bidding wars over premium specimens, where elite collectors are willing to spend millions for the bragging rights of owning one of the rarest dimes in modern history. Moreover, the story of the 1989 P dime is also a tale of historical and transitional significance. The late 1980s were a period of evolution for the US Mint, with changes in technology, quality control measures, and minting processes. This transitional phase introduced unexpected anomalies, some of which were never intended to exist. Coins like the 1989 P dime serve as historical artifacts, capturing the imperfections of a system in flux. They are not just valuable because they are rare, but because they symbolize a unique moment in time. Collectors often advise fellow enthusiasts to examine their change carefully, especially rolls of dimes from 1989. Even a minor deviation in the strike, mint mark, or planchet can signal a potential treasure. Investing in a good magnifying glass or loupe and familiarizing oneself with known error types can significantly increase the likelihood of making an important discovery. Knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting, and stories like that of the 1989 P dime reinforce the importance of paying attention to the smallest details. Grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of any coin, and the 1989 P dime is no exception. Reputable grading services not only authenticate coins but assign numerical grades based on condition, ranging from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. Coins that score in the high MS range, especially MS68 and above, become exponentially more valuable when paired with unique mint errors. A coin's grade can mean the difference between a few $100s and several million. This is why many collectors choose to have their coins professionally graded, especially when they suspect the presence of anomalies. While millions of 1989 P dimes remain in circulation and in private collections, only a handful are known to possess the error combinations that